Hey, everyone! If you're an ISC Class 11 student gearing up for your history exam, stick around, because in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to break down two tricky chapters, the emergence of the colonial economy and World War I, straight from your syllabus. Let's get started. So first up, what exactly is a colonial economy? Imagine a system where the British controlled India's resources, made us grow raw materials like indigo or cotton, and then shipped those off to Britain. In return, we were sold their finished goods. That's what we call a colonial economy. India as both supplier and market, but never the beneficiary. Now, how did the British make this happen? One word, policies. Take the Permanent Settlement of 1793, set up by Lord Cornwallis. It locked farmers into high fixed taxes, often more than they could pay. This led to widespread poverty, plus the focus shifted from food crops to cash crops like indigo. Result? Farmers struggled, food shortages increased, and traditional agriculture took a hit. But there's more. The British didn't just sit in cities and collect taxes. They built massive railway networks and transport systems. Not for us, but to move raw materials from Indian villages to ports. This transformed our economy, but only to serve British interests. Indian industries, crushed by competition, especially from all those machine-made British goods flooding the markets. Now, let's fast forward to Europe, 1914. World War I is about to explode, but why? It wasn't just a random event. There was an arms race. Countries like Germany, France, and Britain were piling up weapons, building bigger armies and navies. Add to that aggressive military plans, like Germany's Schlieffen Plan, designed for quick attacks. Then you had alliances, Triple Entente and Triple Alliance, basically Europe's version of two rival gangs. When Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated in Sarajevo, the dominoes started to fall, and the alliances dragged multiple countries into war. Imperialism played a huge role too. European countries were busy grabbing colonies around the world, especially in Africa. This made rivalries worse, and everyone wanted to prove who was strongest. The result? World War I. When the dust settled, the Treaty of Versailles in 1919 changed everything, especially for Germany. They had to accept full responsibility for the war, pay heavy reparations, and give up territories like Alsace-Lorraine. Germans called it a dictated peace, because they weren't even allowed to negotiate. So, what's the takeaway for India? Under colonial rule, we lost control over our economy and industries, faced poverty, and became just a supplier of raw materials. In Europe, unchecked rivalries and power politics led to a world war that changed the map forever. That's your ISC Class 11 history, colonial economy and World War I, in a nutshell. If you found this helpful, hit like,